Hey all, and welcome to my channel. My name is Brianna, and for my first official video I am going to be doing the ride or die tag. I thought this would be a great first choice for a video just so you could get to know my makeup preference. Starting off, this challenge has been going around I don't think it's going around anymore. It was going around like months and months and months ago, and I've just been super busy and haven't had a chance to actually get into the groove of filming and editing and uploading and all that. And so I'm finally taking a crack at it. Me and one of my best friends have been wanting to do this forever, and we're finally getting the chance to do so, and it's really great. You should go check out her channel. She did a tutorial using her ride or die products, so I will leave that link below so y'all can go check her out and show her some love too. But everything I'm going to talk about today I'm wearing on my face right now, so without further ado we're just going to jump right in and get started. I'm going to go in the order of how I would do my makeup. So first things first, we're going to start off with my face primer. To use the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer in the mattifying version of it. This is like the little trial size. I don't know why I haven't committed to a full one, because ever since this launched, I've repurchased these tiny ones so many times. I'm just obsessed with this primer. I really enjoy it, and I don't ever hear many people talk about it, so maybe other people don't like it, I don't know. But I like it. It's just a really good formula, and it really works to keep me matte because I do have combination oily skin, so staying matte, especially during the summer, is very, very important. If you're oily, you know the struggle. So okay, for foundation, I like to use the Bareminerals BarePro Performance Wear Liquid Foundation. I really like this foundation because it's super lightweight, but it also provides amazing coverage. I'm a girl who loves her full coverage foundations because I do have acne prone skin, so I really like my foundations to be full coverage to cover up any breakouts that I may be having. So I really enjoy that this can be built up to full coverage without it feeling super heavy on the skin. Like, it's super light and it barely feels like you're wearing foundation at all. So I really enjoy this product. Next, for concealers, I have two. One of them is, I'm pretty sure, every person in the world's favorite concealer right now, and that is the Tarte Shape Tape. Ever since this launched, everybody and their mama has been obsessed with it, and for good reasons. It's a super nice concealer. It's so good at covering up any dark circles or anything I may have. It offers really good coverage. There's not much I can say about it that hasn't already been said, so we're just going to move on to my second favorite. That is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer. What a name. As the Tarte concealer is thicker and has more coverage, this one has pretty good coverage. I would say it's medium-ish coverage, but it's a super lightweight formula. So it was my #1 concealer, and then the Shape Tape came out, of course, and I had to get it, and for good reason, because it's amazing. But this one is still just as good, and I use it just as much. They're half and half on their use. Sometimes I'll use both of them on days where I'm just feeling a little extra. Now I'm moving on to setting powder. That is the Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. I've had this forever, it feels like, and I'm just getting to the point where a few months from now I'm gonna need a new one. There's not very much left in here, but I've had this for so long, and when I first went to get it, I was like, you want me to pay $30 for a powder? I was like, you gotta be kidding me. But for as long as it's lasted, $30 is nothing. So now I'm going to talk about the brows. There are two brow products that I use daily, and that is the Anastasia Dip Brow pomade. Mine is in the shade Dark brown. I switched to brow pomades sometime last year. I used to use pencils, like the Anastasia Brow Wiz was my go-to brow pencil, but that's $21 and I was going through way too many of them. So I was like, I need to either find a cheaper eyebrow pencil or just a cheaper alternative altogether. And I saw that a lot of people had talked about the dip brow, and I was just skeptical about getting into brow pomades because I didn't know how well I would be able to do it. It's really not hard, but in my mind I was like, it seems harder than using a pencil. So I was skeptical, but this is only like $18 and it lasts so long. Like, it's gonna take me a while to finish this, whereas I was like going through like a brow pencil like every couple of months, and at $21 like every few months, that's a lot of money to spend. And I've had this for a while and I don't see myself finishing it like anytime in the near future. And then to set that and set the brows in place, I like to use the Essence Make Me Brow. This is just a brow gel, a tinted brow gel, and I have this shade number 2, which is brownie brown. Moving on to the eyes, I like to prime my eyes with this, which is the Nars Smudge Proof eyeshadow base. I was on the hunt for what feels like forever to find an eye primer that would control my oil, because not only do I have like an oily T-zone, but my eyelids are oily like all day, every day. Like, even when my face, like if my face is having a good day with no oils, my eyelids are still going to be super oily. My eyeshadow would just fade throughout the day because my oils would start coming back, and it would just ruin all my hard work. So I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, I've got to do something about this. So I was like searching the Sephora app, the Ulta app. I was watching so many videos, and finally like enough people were talking about this that I decided to go out and get it. And ever since, I've been obsessed with it. For eyeshadow, this isn't gonna come as a surprise to anyone. This palette is so worth it. It's so amazing, it's so good, and I'm so glad that it finally got released. If you look in the background, you probably already know what I'm going to talk about, and that is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. This palette has 35 eyeshadows, and it has so many colors. You've got like your browns, you've got pinks, you've got reds and oranges and browns, and you also have like some super pretty blues, greens, and purples in the corner down here. Like, this palette is so amazing. It is pigmented, it blends well, it is just all over amazing, and it's affordable. This was only like $38, I want to say, is how much it costs. And you can tell like Jaclyn put her heart and soul into this palette because it is so good. It is very rare that I've used a different eyeshadow palette like in the past few months. Sometimes I'll like feel like I'm neglecting my other eyeshadows, so I'll pull them out and use them. But the majority of the time, this is on my eyes in some form or fashion. Moving right along, I'm going to talk about bronzers and highlighters. So for my contour shade, like if you can kind of see it on the side here, I use the shade Sculpt from the Tarteist ProGlow palette. This is what the palette looks like on the inside. It comes with 4 highlights, a cream contour, and a powder contour. And I was debating, just like I was with my eye primer, I was looking for a contour shade that I would actually like. So I was debating between like Kat Von D and Anastasia and what else? I think there was a Too Faced one that I was thinking about getting too, and I just could not decide. And then Tarte came out with this, and I was like, you know, I saw it and I was like, oh, I'm kind of interested. You know, I love highlighters a lot. So the fact that it had like 4 highlighters, I was like, oh yeah, I need that. And I was just focused on the highlighters, really. And then one day I was in Ulta and I finally like swatched the contour shade, and I was like, oh, you know, I kind of dig this. This might actually work. Palette is really, really good if you like highlights and if you like to contour. Give it a try. For bronzers, usually I use this to like blend out my contour shade. I use the Alexis Ren in Colourpop Topaz palette, and it comes with a bronzer and a highlighter. I'm so obsessed with this palette. Like, I've tried out a couple of different bronzers and I was never like in love with them, and then I finally like decided to purchase this palette, and this bronzer has stolen my heart, and I think that this is limited edition and I don't think you can get it anymore, and that kind of breaks my heart because I really, really love the bronzer in here. And as far as highlights go, other than like what's in that palette, I really love those too, but like my like favorite highlighter has been this Colourpop Super Shock Cheek highlighter in the shade Wisp. It's like a champagne gold color. So obsessed with this. It is affordable. I think these are either $6 or $8. I think they're $8, and it is so freaking pretty. Like, I love the color and I love the formula. It's like a cream to powder type of formula, and it's really good, and I enjoy it so much. And you know, a girl, I love my highlight. I love to be looking like a glazed donut anytime I have my makeup. So for blush, the blush that I'm usually wearing is this Tarte Amazonian Clay blush in the shade Risque. I got this because Casey Holmes talks about it a lot, and this is like her go-to shade. And most things that she says she likes, like, it's one of, like, eventually I purchased them and I also like. So I really, really like this blush. It's just like a nude pink, like, type of blush, and it's really pretty, and I really, really like the Tarte blush formula. Stretch. Last, I just want to talk about lips, which is hard for me because I have tons of lip products. So I will say, like, my favorite lip colors to wear are nudes. I used to really not like nudes, but sometime in the last couple of years, like, I just became obsessed with nudes, and that's like mostly what I buy when it comes to lip colors. The color that I'm wearing and gonna talk about is the Colourpop Ultra Satin Lip in 951. This was a collab with I Love Sarahi. She's a YouTuber, and that's what I'm wearing, the lip liner and the satin lip today on my lips. And I decided to talk about this one because I love Colourpop's Ultra Satin Lip formula. Like, you can get like the matte look without it being super drying. Like, their Ultra Satin lips are so freaking comfortable. Setting spray, and that is the Milani Make It Last setting spray. I am a big fan of the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray and their De-Slick setting spray and MAC Fix Plus, but this one is really good too. It has such, I'm gonna spray some on. It has such like a pleasing smell, and it's affordable. I think this is like $8, so it is the most affordable setting spray I have in my collection right now, and I love it so much. As you can see, I have used up quite a bit. These are all the products I had to talk about today, so please stay tuned for future videos. Don't forget to go check out Radis's video. It will be linked below, and please subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.